as of yet, we have not had any success. Our bloodhound teams, nobody has been successful. So we're hoping somebody saw something. This is the north end of the county near I-95, near the Vero Lake Estates area, and we hope that somebody will come forward with information. We've been searching all the wooded areas. We've been searching everything. It's a pretty remote area, not a walkable area as you know other city areas or places might be. And so very concerning. We're concerned for him, for his family. We're hoping for a positive outcome of this. This gentleman at 86 does have dementia. Gives us great concern, and these are some of the most difficult cases. So, you know, our hearts are out with the family right now. Our team has been out all night. They've been out all day today. We've been very busy with this case, and this is definitely one that's of the utmost importance while we're starting with it. And we want to make sure that the public knows that we're actively looking for, despite all the other things that we have going on, we are very much looking for this gentleman, and we hope that somebody will come forward with that information. Next case I want to tell you about. This is last night. One of our sergeants is on patrol. He's driving on 16th Street, and he sees a red streak go across the sky. I'm going to show you what he saw from his body cam last night in a video. This video starts out with what he was experiencing, and it transitions to an arrest that occurred this morning. So we're going to play this video for you very quickly. And this video will be available to you. This is our suspect here, Brandon Harnoy. He has a variety of charges up there that you can see. He has been booked into the Indian River County Jail. Our investigation at that residence is ongoing. We currently have our crime scene there searching the residence. We've had to amend the search warrant several times. As you can see, those shots that were fired were from a AR rifle. They were tracer rounds that were being fired, and they were fired from his backyard. Our folks that were on scene said that his backyard looked like a backstop of a shooting range. They said that there were holes and damage everywhere, and that the telephone pole nearby was so shot up that it was actually compromised, that it could be a loss out there for the telephone company. Inside of the residence, we've experienced exotic snakes. He has, we believe, a black mamba and a cobra, none of which were registered with the Florida Department of Wildlife. They are involved in this investigation. Additionally, ATF is involved because when he was firing those rounds that you saw in the video, he was using an oil can as a silencer. And so ATF is helping us out with this investigation. This is another big deal that's going on out west of town, and we will not know all the charges on this one until we've cleared that house and we know everything with our partner agencies. The charges that you see up there are charges that he's currently booked in on, but we will add charges in that case if necessary. The real kicker in this is the area that he was shooting from is a very residential area, HOA style neighborhood. He's firing into a wooded area across the street from that home. The other side of it is a youth camp. And the cabins that exist on that property have bullet defects in them. The trees nearby have bullet defects in them. We did recover the tracer ammo from his bedroom. This guy has previous charges involving domestic violence and was not supposed to have weapons whatsoever. He was arrested back in January for possession of firearm while not allowed to have it by the Vero Beach Police Department. Those charges were dropped, but we're hoping that in this case, he's going to be away for a long time. This is really bad stuff. The idea of having these exotic animals. His neighbors were absolutely terrified. In talking with the neighborhood, they were so ecstatic that we took him out of there today. Really just unbelievable that this is happening right here in our backyard. The third case, and the one that you're likely here for, we had a deputy arrested early this morning. So this case dates back to early October. A victim came forward and advised us that she was afraid that one of the deputies was stalking her, that she was afraid that he was going to escalate what was happening. Our team took that into consideration. They identified the deputy. They started looking at and you're going to have this is all in the arrest affidavit. One of the reasons why we're delayed is it's a 30-page arrest affidavit. You're going to get a copy of it for yourself before you leave here. In the affidavit, you'll see that he was driving around this lady's residence. He was outside of his assigned patrol area, that he was doing things on duty very inappropriate. He was sending text messages. He was cyber stalking her. He was physically stalking her. And the reason that we're asking for your help, last Friday I stood right here and I told you about a doctor that we had concerns that there were other victims on. We've had 20 people come forward since last Friday. 20 people about that doctor. Our team has been very busy, as you can see. They are going to follow up on every single one of those complaints. 20 people on that case. So again, whether you're a doctor or a deputy or anybody in a trusted position, we're going to hold you accountable. Doesn't matter who you are. We're going to make sure that there's justice for these victims. And in this case, just like the last one, we believe there are more victims. We conducted a search warrant on this deputy's cell phone, his personal cell phone. We found really disturbing things on there that he was sending to a variety of different people. We've identified other victims already. Some want to cooperate, some maybe not so much. This is the deputy, Deputy Sam Ehrman. He has 2 charges against him. One charge is stalking, and one charge is criminal misuse of agency computers. He did search his victim in this case using our agency database. He got information about where she lived, and so he is being charged with that felony as well as the stalking felony. Again, I want to reiterate, if you've been a victim, if you've been stopped by this guy, if you've had a contact, he's reaching out through social media. There's many different ways that he's reached out to victims. We want to hear from you. If you're a victim in this case, just like the doctor case, we're going to take you seriously. We're going to listen to what you have to say, and we're going to move forward with that. And so all 3 of these have kept us very busy. We've got a lot going on here. I know you guys probably have some questions. We'll provide you with as much as we can. We want to be open and transparent with this case, as with all of our cases as we do. So with that, I'll take your questions.
You said there were some disturbing things in his phone. Can you describe what the disturbing things
I'm not going to get into the details, but it's in the affidavit. I'll leave that to you. If you want to put that on the air, that's up to you.
The last name Ehrman, is he related in any way to the county commissioner?
Yes.
Can you tell us how?
It's his son.
Thank you.
How long has he been a deputy?
He started in 2015, so 10 years. He was terminated earlier today. He is no longer employed here at the Indian River County Sheriff's Office.
Did he ever have any previous record of wrongdoing within the department?
There's some minor issues, nothing like this, nothing that we're aware of previous to this.
For those who may not know, what type of information would he have been able to ascertain about this woman using the agency computer?
Well, obviously, we have a lot of information. Criminal justice information is protected, and unfortunately, he misused that system. Being in a position like this, just like the doctor, is a trusted position. You're given information that other people don't have access to, and to violate that trust is just completely unacceptable. It's why we moved forward with an arrest. It's why we have terminated him today. It's not something, he's tarnished the badge. It's an awful day when I have to stand up here and tell you that we've arrested one of our own. It's an awful day when we have to arrest a doctor who's violated the trust. I don't want to tell you any of this stuff. I want us to have a great, safe community, a beautiful place to live, work, and play. And unfortunately, these folks have violated their trust, and regardless of who you are, we're going to hold you accountable.
Was he involved in a call or a case with this woman? How did they get together, or how did she become on his radar?
They actually met on social media, if my memory serves me from the affidavit, but that would be in there.
Did they have any type of relationship before things escalated?
I do believe that they may have gone out one time, but she made it abundantly clear, please do not contact me. She blocked him. He contacted her using fake social media accounts. He contacted her using other phone numbers. And every time when he would send her a message, he would identify himself. Hey, it's Sam. And she would say, please stop contacting me. I don't want to talk to you. Other questions?
But right now, he's only charged with, you said there might be other victims, but he's only charged with this one particular case. Correct?
Just with one. He has one count of stalking and one count of criminal misuse, felony misuse of agency computers.
If there are other victims, should they call the non-emergency number?
569-6700. They're going to ask for Detective Carrie Crawford. She is the lead investigator on this case. She is also the lead investigator on our missing man up in Bear Lake Estates. Please call in, let us know. We want to hear from you. If you have a tip on this case, any interaction, whether it be social media, however, we want to hear from you.
On the case involving the guy shooting the gun, I mean, I know he was using a suppressor, but how come none of the neighbors reported it? It sounds like he's been doing it a long time.
So he was attempting to suppress it in a way, and obviously you can hear in that video, it was very low in here, so you guys didn't really get a good vibe on it, but you can tell that there is less of a concussion than would be a normal shot. The folks at the youth camp, when we talked to them, said, we had heard it before, and we thought that it was fireworks. We didn't know, and until our team showed up and started searching for those defects, they weren't sure what was happening. And so just super happy that nobody was killed. This guy's firing indiscriminately into that area. Granted, there is some woods, but on the other side of those woods is that youth camp. And right now, even throughout the summer, we've got all kinds of people who come in during the holidays. They've got kids in those camps. And so very concerning, very disturbing.
In that video, we saw that he was firing off into the air, and as we all know, a bullet goes up, must come down. Are there any, you said there were no deaths, were there any injuries, were there any near misses or anything that you guys?
Not that we're aware of at this time. We did find a ton of spent shell casings in his backyard. Again, this is something that he felt like he could do. He was just out there cranking off rounds indiscriminately, and to use tracers. So, I mean, our sergeant saw it cross the street. It's crossing 16th Street. How dangerous. He could have been killed on patrol out there with one of those rounds going hard. He can't see, he has no idea what's going on. It blows my mind that people would do this.
I was going to ask you, when it comes to the tracer rounds, did the suspect give any indication as to why they were using tracer rounds?
Now, he initially told us that they were, quote, firecracker rounds, which, it's not. We found the tracer rounds inside of his bedroom. I suspect our search is going to return quite a bit as we continue on with that. Again, with those snakes in there, he had an elaborate video system. Who knows what we're going to find when we come out of that completely.
Was his AR modified in any way, or was he just shooting
It's
semi-automatic? It wasn't
yeah.
fully?
Not fully, not that we know of. I can tell you that we are still conducting that search warrant. We're still working with ATF. He may have them on, I don't know. It's hard to say. We're still, again, doing that search. There's a question back here. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. You said this case, going back to this case, it dated back to October. Is that when the two went on a date, or is that when the investigation started?
That is when she came forward and let us know that she was afraid. She actually approached an off-duty deputy. That deputy brought it to investigations. Kudos to him for doing that and for bringing it to our attention. This is not, the date I think had been some time ago, maybe over a year ago or similar. And she had been telling him, no, no, no. And she felt like it was escalating, that she was seeing him in the neighborhood, that, all these, she was scared, and she still is. This is one of those things where we want to make sure that if there are other victims out there, which, again, based on everything we've seen, we believe there are, that they will be willing to come forward and talk to us.
In all the instances where he's accused of stalking her, was he on the clock? Was he in uniform, on duty?
No, not all instances, but there are certainly several where he is going by her house in his agency vehicle that we know of. There may have been times where he went by there in his personal vehicle. I can't say that. But I can tell you based on our technology that we do know that he did go by there in his agency vehicle. Other questions?
I have one more. For the missing man, where was he last seen?
He was last seen right there by McDonald's, leaving the Encore Park. Am I right on that, guys? Right, leaving there? Carrie, you were out there? Yeah, right by the McDonald's, right at 512 near I-95. He was right there. So he walked away. We have him on video, seeing him walking, and he just kind of disappears. So we're hoping that somebody knows what direction he went.
Does he have any type of a medical or mental issue?
Dementia. We also believe he has early onset Parkinson's as well. Not early onset, but Parkinson's, and we're working through with the family. Hopefully we can get him back reunited.
And you had mentioned that the same number to reach out to is the same as
569-6700. Obviously, in his case, if you find him, 911, don't hesitate. He's been out there for over 24 hours. He's in his 80s. We want to get him to EMS as soon as possible. So that would be a 911 call. If you've got a tip on either our shooter that was out there or our deputy, you can call the non-emergency number.
One last question about
Yes,
the
sir.
shooter. Do you know how long he's been doing this? I know you said that the telephone pole was all ripped up and a whole bunch of defects. How long has he been sitting in his backyard shooting these shots?
Hard to say for right now. We're going to be looking into that and see what we can find out. This is very concerning, and this is, again, a very residential neighborhood. If you guys go out there, you'll see how dangerous this really was. Definitely could have resulted in a death, no doubt.
But is it somewhat rural in the sense that the houses, they're not right on top of each other, they're like maybe acre lots or something?
So the houses, it's actually an HOA neighborhood. They're 0 lot line houses that he's living in. The area that he's shooting into across the street, is a wooded area. However, the neighbors were scared. I mean, the neighbors out there tell us that they're concerned. So obviously that's a massive concern for us. Thank you guys for coming out today. I appreciate it. Thank you.